really hesitated with this message because it is a little bit of a warning, and I don't want anybody to feel scared or paranoid or anything like that. And there's no need to really feel that. It's kind of just a reminder about your own frequency and your power and how you need to protect that. So I'm getting a message today for someone who's very intuitive. Your intuition could actually be deepening and increasing. And it feels like there's a frequency that's trying to intercept some of your downloads, intercept your creative life, intercept your relationships and your connections. This could be a person, this could be like an entity energy, which could be like a thought form, some thought that's telling you to do something a certain way or constantly be productive and work, this kind of thing. Or it could be something more embedded in the matrix, maybe something technological, for instance. But it feels like this frequency has been distributed to reach and find those who are most attuned and connected, integrated, or trying to create and cultivate a different life outside of the rat race. Okay, so I feel Spirit just coming through and saying, be mindful of what you're doing and how much time you're spending doing things that may not be serving you and may be creating some kind of illusion around your own autonomy and your free will. Okay, there's very insidious kind of forces here working in the background to decrease our sense of self-empowerment and our ability to manifest and create magic in this world. Okay, there's some force here I'm picking up on that wants you to forget your own magic, to forget how intuitive you are, to forget the things that make your life good as you feel it. And there's also another force working in tandem to get you to rely on them more rather than trusting yourself. Okay, so Spirit's coming through with this message. I'm going to see what the cards say. Let's get into it. Okay. Ooh, wildfire, momentum. Whoa. So as some of you know, I'm in Canada. There's wildfires. I think it's going into the States right now, into New York, the east side of and I wore this East Coast records. It's going to the east. So something about the east. Now, east metaphysically is associated with enlightenment. The sun rises in the east. Interesting. So like I'm saying, there's some kind of wildfire spreading. Well, intuitively in the collective, there's a mass awakening, which is its own wildfire. But it feels like there's also this kind of suffocating energy, like the smoke, the suffocating energy that's trying to, I'm hearing, abolish or restrict enlightenment or the sense of freedom that people are starting to tap into more and more. Momentum, wildfire. Yeah, it's like as the collective gains momentum and they're awakening, so too do the other entities step up their game, right? So if you're wondering why things are spiraling and feeling crazy lately, it's because there's a mass awakening. Okay, they wouldn't have to do that if there wasn't one happening. Okay, so let's get further in and see what's going on here. Wow, that's crazy. Wildfire. Let's see. See beyond, vision. Yeah, the smoke, right? This is all a metaphor. If you don't have smoke and wildfires where you are, I mean, that's awesome, but it's still part of your message. It's still part of the metaphor here because it's hard to see through the smoke, right? It's hard to see the sun, the illumination, the enlightenment, the awareness, the clarity, the growth, the health that you're entitled to. And Spirit's asking you to see beyond the smoke screen, the illusion that's being created. Vision, because you do have a vision. It's very interesting. Let's get one more. Spirit. I feel like many of us are already picking up on this and we already know this intuitively. But sometimes we can get sucked into narratives that displace us or displace our inner knowing. Sometimes we can forget what really matters every day, okay? Queen bee authority, our own authority to decide how our day goes, how we feel about our day, and what we're going to do with it. So there's something about focusing on like the day to day right now. Your long-term goals are being planned. Okay, they're being divinely orchestrated by your higher self, your conscious self, and spirit. But there's something here about the day to day. That's where these forces that I'm feeling are trying to get you in your day to day, in the mundane. It's more hidden that way. Okay, so pay attention to like, do I really enjoy eating this thing? Is this really what I feel I should be eating? Or do I really want to buy this thing? Like, why am I buying this thing? You know, those kinds of questions. Just be on top of it. Okay, and also these things can feel a little nerve-wracking, but Spirit's saying no fear, okay? Don't fear. Because devil energy in the shadow, you know, shadow energy capitalizes on fear and uncertainty for sure. So therefore they create a lot of it. So let's see. The energy supporting you. Wow. The energy supporting you. Yeah, I was so hesitant to put this message out. Just because one way to counter this energy is to switch tracks in your mind, and rather than zoning in and focusing on how bad things might feel and be and what's going on, you could divert your attention to something that feels more illuminating, fulfilling, more in alignment with who you are, you know, rather than like focusing on the overload of intercepting energies. So that message is here too. Maybe you want to shut some things off, shut some things down, and go do something else. You know, speak to someone that you really care about and that you trust. Pick up a hobby that you've been thinking about. Make a beautiful meal for yourself. You know, leave some of the chaos where it belongs. It doesn't need to enter your space, I'm hearing. Some of you are going to have someone knock on your door. It's, it could be like a service person or someone selling something. I don't know. I wouldn't spend too much time talking to that person. Yeah, or even answer the door. I wouldn't answer the door. Okay, let's see. It's just no need to interact with that energy. Why is it disturbing you? Okay, let's see the energy supporting you, collective. 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Whoa, that's a whole lot of earth energy. I'm using the this Marseille deck of the new incarnation. And I'm using the Travel Pocket Oracle and the Quiet Rebel Oracle. Okay, the energy supporting you. Well, I feel like there's something that's not getting by you. Meaning you can see something. You can see some kind of power play. And how there are things going on behind the scenes. Noticing all this, these clouds and this rain. I don't know, there's something going on here, and to create a lack mindset, I want to say. I feel like what's supporting you is you're not giving into it so easily with the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is looking over at the Hierophant like, yeah, you can impose all those rules, restrictions, or expectations on everybody, but I can see what you're doing. I'm not falling for it. Some of you are going to realize that, or you already have, that a particular profession or something doesn't really mean all that much to you, or some goal, it really doesn't mean much. It's like somebody's holding dangling a carrot here, asking you to achieve this thing, 8 of Pentacles, while working behind the scenes to make sure you never get it, 5 of Pentacles. And I don't mean you personally. I mean, it could be you personally, but it could be, it's just like you're witnessing, like, this is how things are working now, you know. But I like that you're coming out as the King of Pentacles here, because that's telling me you feel safe, secure, and confident in who you are and what you can create. And you're seeing some force that has some kind of authority. Well, what are they doing exactly? What are they looking at? What are they doing? King of Swords. Oh, they're spreading some kind of misinformation or some lies, some illusions. Things aren't what they seem here. There's a force here, an energy that feels they have some authority, and maybe they do, I'm not sure. But they're disseminating some kind of knowledge. Maybe it's propaganda, I don't know. But they're saying things that aren't true. They're hoping people can, the mental, I'm hearing the mental. They're hoping to change people's minds about the way they're perceiving the world. It's a mental game, is what I'm getting. It's a mental game. Okay, and what's supporting you is your ability to see through this vision, see through the smoke screen that someone's creating or something is creating. So let's see. I'm hearing join forces. Yeah, well, ultimately, that's what we do need to do, is join forces. Okay, let's see the challenge. I mean, if that's the support, what's the challenge, Spirit? 3 of Wands and the Magician. Well, in a climate like this, it can be very hard to have a vision of how to manifest, what to manifest. This can be very disparaging because it feels oppressive. You know, it's one thing to wake up to what's going on around you in your relationships, power plays, things like that, and in the world, so on. A divide in consciousness in the masses. You know, it's one thing to see it, but it's another thing to figure out how to do something about it. And that's when you have to join forces with others, because you have a great idea of how to set yourself free and be sovereign, and someone else has a great idea, but it's different. And combined, it's really something to be reckoned with. So some of you are going to do some kind of collaboration or community cultivation. Even starting your own tarot channel is a way to do that. You know, depending on how you're working with the energy, of course. You could contribute to these dark forces or not. You know, it depends on how you use your own energy. Let's get a little bit further. 3 of Wands and the Magician for the challenge. What will you manifest? I'm seeing something about a dinosaur here. I don't know. Maybe something ancient or old or questionable you're bringing back. I don't know. The devil. Yeah. Dinosaur. Devil's been around for a while here, right? It's a dinosaur now. But it's getting old, right? Something's getting old. 3 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Swords. Yeah. Give a man a fish. And you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish. And he can feed himself forever. I don't know. I said it a different way. But that's basically the idea. So the devil here, the energy I'm picking up on, whatever that is not teaching people how to fish. They want you to depend on them. They're giving you 5 of Swords a little bit at a time, dangling the carrot, a little like a drip. But this is all because of your energy, of how powerful you are. The vision I'm getting is like they're trying to intercept the energy. I don't know. 5 of Swords. The mind, right? They want something about to control the mind here. I don't feel like this is a message that is novel. You know, I think you know this already. So why do we need this message? If collective already knows this, why do we need this message today? Well, you might be feeling particularly nihilistic, or you're watching others feel that. Tribe of rebels, belonging, because it's time to join forces. The rebels need to join forces. Belonging. Yeah, you could feel like, where do I belong? Where do I go? What do we do? Well, we got to do something here. That's what Spirit's saying. Spirit's coming through and saying, hey, Andy, you got a tarot channel with a lot of people here watching. Why don't you join forces? So this is the message for you too in your own life. There's something about you can't sit by and be idle, okay? It's not acceptable here on your spiritual path. So what is the undertaking that not me, but collective needs to do here? I mean, I am part of the collective, but what is the undertaking? Because the devil's playing games here. And the devil, I don't mean that like in a biblical sense. I don't mean it in a entirely negative sense. The devil energy in the tarot can represent like earthbound matters. The devil has a light and a dark side, just like all cards do, all archetypes do. But here, coming through with the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles, it ain't good. This is working for and with potentially some kind of restricting force that's blocking, intercepting your vision to see your own magic. I mean, it's exactly what I started with saying. Okay, so what is the undertaking that needs to happen here? Well, it's to stay conscious of this as much as possible. Yeah, 8 of Wands, to stay conscious of this. Hold on, let me just see this interesting picture here. And I never work with this deck, but I was called to it. Chipping away. Somebody's chipping away here. It looks like ice almost. While somebody else is feeding the new. Okay, so there's forces like collaboration. Just do what you can is really the message. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be something where everybody recognizes the little changes you're making. Like, do what you can. Nurture the new in your own life, your own creative life. Nurture the new. Or depending on what you want to do, there's some kind of obstacle you may need to chip away at. There's something else here I'm not getting, Spirit. What is it? I'm going to get a spread out in a second. Ow. Let me see. These cards wanted to come, so let's see what they are. Devoted, veiled, reconnect, deadline, tough, sorry, dodged a bullet, new path, and jealous. There is someone in your life or a group of people who are jealous about your new path, the path that you're devoted to, and you are devoted to it. And it's a path you're reconnecting with. It's the path of your higher self. It's the path that you began here with as a little baby. Okay, it's what you were meant to do. It was veiled for a long time as you kind of gave your energy into these larger forces that convinced you this is the way to go if you want to gain momentum in life and belonging. But now you've awakened. It's unveiled. Even if the veil's still there, you can see through it. And there's people or just energy that has this people who are jealous of your new path. You dodged a bullet, whereas they didn't. They're chained, or they have been chained for a long time. They're giving into something. And that part of them that knows they've betrayed themselves at some level is reacting to you. Okay? Tough, sorry, deadline. There's a shift here, a portal. Maybe it's astrological. I don't know, but it's like it's now or never to wake up, right? And it's tough. It's hard. Sorry. What are you sorry about? Or who's sorry about what? Warning. Tarot. I'm sorry I have to give this warning through tarot. Okay, that's... What's the sorry, Spirit? pleasure, Ghost. Well, some of the things that progress, not perfection. Some of the things that maybe brought you pleasure. I'm seeing Sagittarius, who I was going to read for today, but I decided to hold off a minute. Some of the things that have been giving you pleasure, that have been attached to this devil energy, may be something you need to let go of. And I also feel like ghost and pleasure, it's like this energy that's intercepting is, I'm seeing someone offer someone jewels. It's like they're haunting you with this, luring you and haunting you with this offer for more pleasure, maybe more money, or more opportunity, or more of something that just keeps you chained somewhere, some golden handcuffs of some sort. I'm seeing someone like gluttony here. Okay, so all you have to do is be mindful and aware of these energies and forces. If you're resonating with this message, if you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, if you think it's fear-mongering or whatever, then just don't take it. It's part of reality that we need to deal with. And if we just don't talk about it, I mean, we give into it in many ways. Because I'm connecting with someone who knows that this is going on, and maybe needs to hear that other people are aware of it too. And people aren't just sleepwalking. So do you. That's what you need to do. And collaborate, join forces, start community, this kind of thing. Very helpful, okay? Yeah, when push comes to shove, you want to know who you can call. Who you can call on. Okay, I have these cards too. They're a little spicy as well. So let's see. Energy. Well, just give me 3 cards. We'll see what it says. Spirit. What a message today. Shoemakers, number 18. Many hands make light work. That's what I'm saying. These boots, these shoes were made for walking. These boots were made for walking away from this whole timeline, from this whole paradigm. But we have to do it together. That's the message. Okay? Don't isolate yourself. And don't get lured into navel gazing either. Okay, battleship. A smooth sea never made skilled sailors. True enough, right? And the devil. Do not walk the road or walk in the way of the devil. Right? So this is clear. So it's tough waters, choppy waters right now that we're navigating through. But we're learning how to become skilled at dealing with these forces, which I think is something threatening to this energy. Do not walk we're not making these shoes here to walk the road of the devil or to follow the devil's footsteps. We're not doing that. So keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind and know that darker energy comes in many forms that we sometimes don't realize. It can be very seductive. Just stay true to your own intentions, your own integrity. Know your intentions. Know thyself. And stay true to yourself. Ask yourself some questions before agreeing to something or going forward with something. Does this really serve me? Is this really helping me? Is this really on my path? Is this really what I want? About anything that comes up, a conversation, something you're going to buy, just pause for a second and ask. 6 of Swords. Yeah, go in with a calm mind, right? Slow down. Not everything needs to be rushed either. We had this message before about expanding your sense of time. Expanding time itself is really powerful. I'm hearing stop checking the clock. some of you are waiting on someone or something, and you keep looking at the clock like, oh, it's been so many and you haven't gotten back to me, or like there's something about time that is facilitating your anxiety or your worry. You can expand time. Four of Swords, yeah, and rest your mind, calm your mind. Maybe take a nap or do something that feels safe to you. I'm hearing feels safe to you. The Hangman. While you wait something out. Use the time that you're waiting, whether this is waiting to hear back from a job, waiting to decide what you want to do next, waiting on someone to call you or come over or whatever it is, and it's starting to bother you. Use the time that you have as a gift that's just for yourself. Oh, great. I have nobody around at this time. And there's no incoming energy that's interacting with me. So I can do something just with my own energy at this time. Turn it around, flip it in your mind as a gift to yourself, okay? So let's see. I'm also recognizing here that you are recognizing that to move to calmer waters, there's going to be a little bit of a fight, meaning that somebody in your life or something is going to try to prevent that, block that. But you're prepared. You got all this armor on and you're not alone. So let's see what you don't see coming. What do you not see coming? What do you not see coming? There's something you need to be private with, though. There's some information you have, or some wisdom, some knowledge, or just personal information about yourself that doesn't need to get into the wrong hands. It may seem innocuous at first, sharing something, but it's not. Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody's watching. You know, somebody's listening. It's what you don't see coming is some information. The Queen of Pentacles, perhaps, is maybe being collected. So what's your opportunity here? And of course, this isn't, you know, this isn't, don't be paranoid, okay? There is such a thing as spiritual psychosis, so be careful of that too. But don't be paranoid, just be aware. Your opportunity is the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. There's two people in bed, and with the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is about rejecting something. I'm actually getting, for some of you, you need to spend some quality time with someone. Connecting. Maybe being intimate, or some privacy is needed here in a relationship, or it could even be a friendship. I mean, you don't have to get in bed with them, you know, like it could be family, you know, but there's something about privacy here again, right? This is a private scene that we're seeing. Don't give up your privacy here with something. Your opportunity. What else is going on here? Two of Pentacles. Hold your vision in your mind of what you want your life and the world to look like. Really keep focused on it. You see how he's alchemizing things? He's got his little beakers, star and a flower there, and putting the energy together by looking at this thing and saying, okay, that's what I'm after. That's what I want to create. That's what I'm going to focus on. Don't get distracted by this. Of course, you can't be idle. You got to be aware, but you also can't get distracted either. It's tricky. It's not easy, because if it was easy, we wouldn't be dealing with it. If it was easy to get rid of or to deal with or to fight against. 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords for the challenge. Well, it could feel like we've known the truth about what's intercepting energies, trying to make us not confident in our own intuitive capacities. We've known about this for a while. We know the truth, and we've been speaking about it, but it could feel like nothing's changing. I also feel like a challenge here is that there's some kind of communication or information, new information that is constant, continual. 7 of Pentacles, like it's always there. So there's always something more to know, or something more to learn, something more to distract yourself with. Okay, and that's a challenge. Let's get the advice. The advice for collective. We have the Page of Wands. Well, this is a messenger card. This is news, a message. So as advice, Spirit's saying, talk to people about the truth of what's going on. Don't stay silent when the need arises for you to speak. It's tricky though, because Spirit's telling me, like, you got to be careful though where and what you're saying. I don't know, there's something here. 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's like, you need to know who to talk to and who to walk away from. Like, who's listening to you? I don't know, this is very interesting. Some of you need to have a coffee with someone or a dinner, something like that. Something needs to be done in person. Can I get one more? Page of Cups. It's a balance with the 2 of Pentacles came out. It's a balance between putting something in motion, the Lovers, putting something in motion, making a massive decision about how you're going to go forward with your destiny in this environment or whatever's going on, Judgment, while also holding that inner child desire to create and to be free and to be happy and not to be all consumed by dread and all these things. It's a massive balance. Hold your vision, see through the smoke screen. There could be alarmist energies as well. I'm hearing there's a difference between an alarm and a bell. I don't know what that means. Well, I'm going to pull an oracle card, but let's get the outcome here. Unexpected message. As soon as I sat down at the table, though, I was going to use another deck, the Crow's deck, and I was shuffling it, and these cards came out, illusion, warning, and I was like, oh, okay, I know the message. Justice is the outcome. Yeah. So there's justice for you. Balancing of karmic energy. Someone will pay the price, I'm hearing. Someone's going to pay the price. Pay the price. Tell me more. Soul tie. Virgo, I'm seeing. Bravery. Could be something about September, like Virgo season. Or you might have Mercury in Virgo. Let's see. Beauty. Beauty, bravery. I'm also seeing Taurus there. Taurus moon, maybe. Beauty, bravery, soul tie, mirror. What are you tying your soul to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are you listening to? What are you believing? Where are you creating beauty while being brave at the same time? You're very resourceful with this Virgo energy coming out. And you will get justice. But the justice you see, how do I say that? Well, the level and degree of justice you receive will be a mirror of how much beauty and bravery you've put out into the world. Okay? That's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.